Hello guys, Paddles Non-Media. Here's some Call of Duty Black Ops gameplay for you. This is on the map Nuketown. It's going to be some headquarters. The class I'm going to be using is going to be the AK-47 with dual mags. The perk rather, is going to be Flak Jacket, Sleight of Hand Pro, and Marathon. This, in my opinion, is one of, if not the best class in the game. I'd probably say the best class in the game would be like lightweight, sleight of hand, marathon, AK-74U, because that's just pretty damn good, possibly overpowered depending on what opinion you've got. But this is personally my favourite map for playing an objective game type, as the flak jacket allows you to take the explosion, obviously, whilst the sleight of hand gives you the mobility that you can have of being able to reload really quick. Also, that with the dual mags means that every other reload, like the second one, is like ridiculously fast. But this is in their playlist rather, Nuketown 24/7, which is originally was only available for the PS3, I believe, might have been the PC, when on February the 1st the Xbox 360 was given exclusivity, I would have thought, to the First Strike DLC map packs. As a trade-off, Treyarch gave PS3 and possibly PC, I don't know, the access to the Nuketown 24/7 playlist, where it's effectively a mosh pit playlist with loads of different game types, but only on Nuketown. Now, this is like really good. It's good for certain game types. It's good for domination, capture the flag, headquarters, TDM. It's not good for demolition, sabotage, because those two are the hardest spawns to flip. Demolition and Sabo on some maps, i.e. Havana, are impossible to flip. Like, you can stand behind the spawn points, and on Nuketown you can stand 5 foot away from the person spawn and shoot them. Because the game prior to this, I was playing with some friends, and demolition came up, and at the start of the game I said I'm not a fan of demolition on this map. It can get really spawn trappy, and then within minutes we were being spawn trapped. So I decided to press the big old X in the middle of my controller, followed by hitting that Y button, followed by up, followed by A, to dashboard from that game, because I'm not having some little person, trying to avoid calling them a very nasty name there, standing next to a bush shooting me as I spawn, going against my kill death ratio, which is currently at 1.67, the best it's ever been on any Call of Duty game, other than my second account, which I made purely for World at War, where I think I've currently got 6.5 KD. I'm only like rank 11, but I realised the formula of good aim plus rifle plus the default kill streaks on World at War, obviously, is just a recipe for complete and utter pwnage. Now, this game is hands down my best game on Call of Duty Black Ops ever. The reason for that is because the final score at the end of this game is 87-14. Now, in the types of game I'm not going to include in my list of top games on any Call of Duty game are Shipment Headquarters on Call of Duty 4 and modded lobbies on Rust. Because Shipment Call of Duty 4, my best is 121 to like 70, and Rust hacked lobbies on Modern Warfare 2 because they had infinite time limit and the rapid fire. One time I managed to get myself an AC-130, and I think I got 80 kills out of the AC-130 alone, ended up with like 250 kills. But excluding those, it's my best sort of legit game, as it were, on any Call of Duty game, because as much as I love the map Nuketown, and it's a really good idea for because every Call of Duty's got to have that smallish map for the free-for-alls, because if all the maps are medium to large, a free-for-all can just become a game of hide and seek, and yeah, so you definitely need those smaller maps. Coming up here, I'm gonna get my first chopper gunner of the game. My first chopper gunner of 3 that I get in this game, which is another reason why this is my best game. The first one I do reasonably well with because I managed to clip a couple of them so they spawn outside. There it is. And but the second one they all go inside, and the third one I call in with like 10 seconds left in the game. But I'm not entirely sure of this, but from my findings, the AK-47 appears to be a one-shot kill to the head. Because playing Nuketown, of course, I like to go into the second story, because as you can see there's the 2 windows that are parallel to each other. I like to go in one of those and snipe people as they come out of their spawn with my AK-47. And every time when there's been someone in that window, I've either shot them in the head once, or in the chest, and then in the head. So I'm not sure whether I'm just like hitting people who are weak, or whether it's actually a one-shot kill to the head. Probably forgot to mention that when I recorded this, which is the 4th of March 2011, it was the start of the double XP weekend, which meant at the end of this game I'd gained 42,000 XP, which is a lot of XP. This is a pretty funny death, because I come back, and you can't see the kill cam because it's in theatre, but that dude had stared at my motion sensor that I had to lay down in that room, and then just as soon as I came out the chopper gunner, turned to his left and saw me. But yeah, you win some, you lose some. I've recently sort of got back into Black Ops. I haven't been playing it in a while, and then me and a couple of friends decided we want to try and play to win in objective game types. Which, if I'm going to play, unless I'm playing like quick scopes in a no scopes game or good kill cams on Modern Warfare 2, maybe I generally want to win. Because like the Call of Duty games that I've owned have been I actually owned World at War around Christmas time, the Christmas that it came out, and then Modern Warfare 2 on release, Black Ops on release, and between the end of Modern Warfare 2 and the start of Black Ops, I've become a 2 KD player. But Modern Warfare 2, my KD is at like 0.9 something, mainly because of the at the start of Modern Warfare 2, I was straight up horrible at Call of Duty. Call of Duty 4, little funny story. Christmas Eve 2008, 2007 maybe. I had an Xbox 360 for about 3 months at that time, and didn't have a wireless adapter for it or anything. And I took my Xbox downstairs, where my sort of wireless router internet thingy-majoogle is, and I plugged in the old Ethernet cable, and my friend lent me Call of Duty 4. Now, he lent it me, ended up lending it to me for quite a long time, and in that time, we played Search and Destroy with my with some of my friends who were into Call of Duty 4 back then, and I was so bad at that game that I didn't get a kill for literally weeks. And I mean weeks. I did not get a single kill. So much so to the point where at one point I had got 2 assists in one game, and my friends looked at the scoreboard, saw 50, and were completely in shock because they thought I'd got a kill. And then start of Modern Warfare 2, I was starting to lose those ways. By the end of Modern Warfare 2, I was easily a 1.5 KD player, and now in Black Ops, if it wasn't for the initial not knowing the maps, I could be a 2 KD player, because once you don't know the maps, and if you've got 1,000 deaths under your belt at like a 1.1 KD, before you actually learn the maps properly, it's a lot harder to sort of bring your KD back up to maybe like a 2 or a 2.5, something like that. So what tends, that guy got a quad spray with an AK right there. I was pretty impressed. But what tends to happen in my games is I play the first game, maybe get like a 3 KD, maybe like I won't get many kills, but I won't get many deaths either. Or and then the next game I'll be a bit like a 4 KD, and a 5 KD, then a 4 KD. Then I'll have 2 games in a row about 1.2, 1.4-ish. Because my KD is currently at 1.6, that's making it go down. So ultimately, I'm happy with positive KD because even though to have a good KD, you've probably got to be around maybe 2, like to be technically a good player, where you're actually out giving a benefit to your team. I think with the amount of kills and deaths that go on in a game type other than Search and Destroy, if you're playing Search and Destroy, look at the last bullet in the entire gun and get him. Pretty lucky, I know, but anyway. If you're playing Search and Destroy, then your KD should be high because it's 1 death a round, up to 6 kills a round. So be a good Search and Destroy player. If you reckon you're a good Search and Destroy player and you've got a 1.3 KD, you're not a good Search and Destroy player. You are a lucky Search and Destroy player who occasionally gets 1 kill a round. But in a regular game type, Headquarters, Domination, Demolition, Team Deathmatch, all of those, I'd say anything over 1.5, 1.4ish is good. Because of the sheer amount of kills and deaths that go on during that kind of game, thinking of holding a good KD on that means you have to be quite a good player. Now, if any of you listening are familiar with the rather popular YouTuber Wings of Redemption, he found a player on the PlayStation 3 called like Ronaldinho1288, who is like a 7.58 KD player overall on Black Ops PS3, and that is just ridiculous. Every game 7.58, but for an ordinary human being, as it were, I'd say anything over a 1.4 is good, because especially if your win-loss ratio is good. My win-loss ratio is currently like 0.88 because I started off playing Search and Destroy, and most of my friends that I play Search and Destroy with would like to play hardcore Search and Destroy, which I find I get shot instantly and die. So winning Search and Destroy isn't too easy when you've effectively got 5 people on your team. So my win-loss ratio took a dive, but been winning quite a few games. Now this right here, I thought there's no way somebody left a care package in the open. This is going to be booby trapped, but no, it was a spy plane. So all in all, well worth it there. Anyway, where was I? Win-loss ratio. Win-loss ratio is probably between kill death ratio and win-loss ratio. I'd say win-loss ratio is a better sign of a good player because, for example, the imaginary person we can use for example, could have a 5 win-loss ratio. Just put that out there. But he's got a 0.6 kill death ratio. Now, as long as he isn't playing team deathmatch, he's a better player than person with 5 KD, 0.6 win loss. Because if we're playing domination and that man just repeatedly jumps on the flag, but occasionally gets a kill, it's more of a help than someone who's playing domination, and when they get triple cap decides this is a great time to sit in that building up there and do nothing. Because if you're that kind of player, play team deathmatch. I get rather perturbed at players who decide that it is their sole aim in life to play team deathmatch in domination. They just so wish that there was a team domination playlist where they could just get kills and not. What are these flag things around the map? What is this score at the bottom? I'm purely here for kills. Kills come into domination when you've got 2 flags, they've got 1 flag, and you spawn kill them. Kills do not come into domination when you have got 1 flag, then we've got 2 flags, even when you're getting triple capped, because like I said, I've been getting into playing to win, and when I'm playing to win and I see MC McZurgris IIXXII going around who is ACOG L96 using tomahawks, and we're getting triple capped, and I'm working my ass off to get kill streaks and trying to cap flags, and he's just running around holding his 0.12 KD, I get quite annoyed, because if you want to hurt yourself and your own win-loss and KD, play team deathmatch or free-for-all. If you're trying to hurt my win-loss, I will hurt you. Play an objective game to play the objective. Do not play an objective game to play for kills. Now, this is the end of the game. This is my 12-second long chopper gunner, which is an average for any other game type, but considering it's Nuketown, nobody was running Estrella, That might have been a Strata there, might have been a SAM turret, I'm not sure. But anywho, end of the game, and as you shall now see, 87 to 14. I was chuffed to bits with this. And it's been Media, and I'll see you soon.